Today we're going to look at a song called Stick Around by Igor Sales. Igor Sales is one of my projects. It's kind of my solo project. And instead of just looking at a mix breakdown, I think we're going to go into like more of the philosophy of what I was thinking with this tune. So let's play a little bit of this. Took the one train to the wrong stop. Call you back to pick me up. Messed up the drop. Holding my breath on the drive home. I guess I could stay with Joe a couple of weeks or so. You don't have to stay around. You don't have to stick around. You don't have to stay around me. You don't have to stick around. Keep selling what you owe. 5 years just ain't that long enough. I could go back to school, just a whole number. Joey's dad says the charges will never stick. You don't have to stay around. You don't have to stick around. You don't have to stay around. You don't have to stick around. 2005 was pretty fun. Get fucked up with everyone. Brookings are private beaches. Throwing up in the streets. You lost your clothes that night. You see you cover up. The biggest lie ever told. You can be anything. All right, so let's look at what we were doing. This was written on piano and guitar, and had some wonderful musicians play on this. My buddy Donald Perdomo, he plays in West Meets West. He has also played on, I think, every Igor Sales EP. Phil Anthony is playing bass, wonderful bass player. I'm doing some percussion and some cowbell. You're gonna want that cowbell. I play guitar, I play piano, I sing. My buddy Matt Beck, who plays with Matchbox 20, is doing the guitar solo. So I really wanted this, I hate to say 90s, but like this 90s vibe. He absolutely destroyed the guitar solo. So we'll get to that. I can't play guitar like that, so it's fun to have him do that. So I started this would have been started with piano and guitar. So let's look at that first. And I remembered working on this really, really quickly. And a lot of times I'll think I'm doing like a scratch guitar, and it'll end up being the final guitar. So let's see how that started here. So yeah, I would have recorded this kind of just to a metronome. So there's a lot of pedals going on my pedal board. I even have all the chords up here just because that's how quickly I was writing. I was just kind of writing and figuring all that out. I think there was actually even more sections of the song, and I ended up just kind of chopping stuff out. So pretty soon I would have added this felt keyboard. This is from Contact. And then this Stratus, which is a beautiful Spitfire piano. I love that sound. I use it all the time. So this is how I would have stayed in for the majority of the writing portion of the song. I generally write in Pro Tools and we'll just make sections. I'll add sections, take things away. I was really going for short, concise songs on this whole EP. It's really short. The whole thing's like 13 minutes. Maybe that comes from being in like a post-rock band that plays 10-minute long songs, but I wanted to just do something shorter, more concise. I really am trying to figure out like people's attention spans with music as well. So it would have been piano, guitars. It's not here, but at this moment, or even before the guitars, I would have done like a MIDI drum version of, just to keep time, not necessarily the same beat, but just to keep time and play to some kind of drums. So I would have done that pretty early on. And then let's see what happened. At that point, I knew I wanted this percussion element to be in the song. Yeah, that shaker. Cowbell, hilarious. I've played cowbell with Blue Oyster Cult, so you gotta have a little cowbell in there. Yes. I think we're done. I mean, that's all you need to know. What else? There's some other percussion elements. So let's get the drums in here. So I remember actually calling. Phil was in town. He's from Nashville, but he was in New York, and we had like one night to do the bass, but the drums weren't done yet. So I remember calling Donald and just being like, "Can you come in tonight? And I know you've never heard this song, but can you learn it on the spot? And can we record it and play it?" And he did, and he's amazing. So he came in. We did the drums. And so these were mixed. I mixed this as well. It's going through kind of my main chain of things. This is fairly new, this Dirty Dog overdrive reverb. I really like what that's doing to the drums. So we added that. We had like a hi-hat loop and percussion. All this is percussion. Wow, all this is percussion. A lot of percussion on the song. So that hi-hat counting, I really wanted that as an element. So that's in there as an overdub. It's just a cymbal overdub. Some percussion. And then over here, we got into some like synthetic percussion as well. And so then that same night, we did the basic drums, and then Phil did an amazing bass take. That's just his, God, is it a 67P bass? He'll have to let me know, but just, he's an amazing bass player. He plays to the song. He always like makes sure to listen and really fill in what exactly the song needs, not just to play crazy bass notes. He's really great. I'm surrounded by great bass players, actually. Tim, Phil, Eric. Bass amp, EQ, compression, nothing too crazy. That's it. but it a great provides a great foundation. Yeah, it just fills in. And so these guitars are supposed to be kind of sprinkly on the top of that. Oh! And then they get bigger here. And then my buddy Matt Beck was here doing, I forget what he was doing, but we ended up having a little bit of time. And he did, I think he did 3 takes of this guitar solo. And I think we used a mixture of the first and second. Yeah, just absolutely killer. Guitar solo, little EQ, little compression, nothing too crazy on that. Little soothe. Yeah, he's like a world-class guitar player. So we added the piano. The piano came on early. The organ, so this would have lifted up the end. That comes in with the solo. So that kind of high octave piano comes in at that moment too. It's a real shift in the tonality of the song. Whoa. This is kind of tonality A, and then tonality B comes in here. We changed the vocal sound. The vocal sound changes to much more distorted there. The whole band kind of comes in real loud, so it's a much different sound as opposed to the more openness of the first half of the song. I forget exactly what that is, but I love that sound. It's like a hammered dulcimer type of thing. I'm not really sure. Echo Boy, what is that on? Let's see. Don't know. Oh, that's on the, okay. It's on those keyboards. And then vocally, so I was, I'm not going to dive in too much with the vocals other than maybe the production of it, but I really like the idea of writing from not necessarily my experience, but other people's experience. Some of this stuff is from my experience, some of it is not. I love what Tom Waits does in that kind of world, or other singers. But more importantly than that, I mean, I think lyrics are really important and melody and all that. It's a little harder to convey in this format what I'm going for. Listen to a lot of great singers, and I was talking to somebody yesterday about songwriting, and just listen to your favorite artists and steal ideas and borrow ideas. Let's see. Okay. So these were definitely tuned. Looks like they were RX'd. I'm not against tuning. I tune pretty much everything I do. Holding my breath on the drive home. I guess you don't have to stay around me. I've been doing 3 vocal passes for a lead, so I'll have like a center, left, right. You don't have to stay. And then this is, I think these are just lower. Yeah, just almost a whisper. Just that comes in on the choruses. And I think at the end here, there's just a lot more call and response vocals. If it were me, I'd stick around, get fucked up with everyone. And then I have a ton of vocal effects. So let's just dive into all of that here. So I would have ran the vocals, after I tuned them, the vocals, I would have ran them through some pedals with a reamper and found, let's hear this. Call you back to pick me up. Messed up the drop. So, you know, it's more than just thinking an effect is cool. I think it's ear candy. It's also answering. It's coming in at moments when the vocals are stopping. So lead vocal, it can fill in. A little crossover there, but the idea is when the lead vocal's not happening, fill that space in with another kind of ear candy element. So maybe that's an attention grabbing tool, but I think it's and just running vocals through pedals to get weird sounds is a really fun experiment. This is so that's the lead vocal just through a Memory Man pedal. Yeah, just doing little things like that to kind of create interest. I'm also I like the idea of just not really know, like, hey, how'd you get that effect? You know, and then so in this section, these actually I added these at my house like the very last day of mixing because I felt like we needed something else. I just fucked those up with effects and alter boy and delay. More pedals here. So this was a whole different approach to the vocal sound. Right. So super distorted through some effects. Devil lock, a big muff, tremolo. Yeah. So totally messed up. I like distorted vocals, no shock there. Oh, this is like a big delay throw. Then there's just more of that at the end. Let's see. Oh, there's a lot of that. Let's see what that sounds like. That's interesting. That's weird. And then running the vocal through a Memory Man here. There's nothing better for a delay, like playing a delay, like a performance instrument, than the Memory Man. It's just, it sounds so good. And yeah, so I would have played the vocal through that into the Memory Man and kind of recorded that back in. And then that's it. But the idea is, well, songwriting, right? That's the most important thing. But then beyond that is keeping interest. And I love weird sounds, but I also like really good, well, I like songwriting as good as I can be, right? So that's the idea behind it, is try to write the best song you can, and then try to have the production support that song the best way possible. So sometimes that means weird effects to fill in those spaces. Sometimes that could mean just an acoustic guitar and a vocal. But for this song, that's how I approached it. Thanks for watching.